Just give the money back to them.
What do you mean by back? Since it's never gonna come, what did you give it back? Police English is like batons and handcuffs.
I don't mean it real precise meaning.
No, here in the interrogation room with a police officer, every word from you should be precise. We pay close attention for weak points in their language. Police, don't move! When dealing with a foreigner at 3 a.m. in the freezing cold, you realize on-site police English is more important than anything. What? Your name? Why'd you run? Why'd you resist? At first, I worked with criminal police to ask someone how many folds a wallet had. I'd learned much English, but never considered how to ask about folds in a wallet. I used to study business management. There's a theory that working methods come from on-site practice. It's positive. How do you explain this?
I can't.
So I went through the videos in the law enforcement archives over and over again to find problems, including linguistic habits of lawbreakers. We need to learn these. On a day in March 2012, I came across some foreigners. One was a suspect. I verified their passport numbers. It came up squeaky clean. All I'd accumulated came into play at that moment. I said, "You got no prior Lily White. You three have no criminal records." It's an expression used by a specific group of people. As expected, someone asked, "Can I leave now?" It proved that she was from that circle. When in the community, some people from Western countries will immediately ask, "Do you have a search warrant?" They think when police knock, they're ready to shoot. Which one is your surname?
Sorry, Colin.
Please write it down, thanks. I think it's not a law enforcement site, but a service site, so I must show up as a public servant. I tell them, in China, police are also responsible for census taking. We have to remind you that the season of holidays is also the season of frequent crimes. No matter it's law enforcement or service, work is not just about completing the task. Well, thank you for your time. It's also about
Thank
showing
you
the
very
kindness
much.
of human nature. Once we caught a thief from a foreign country, okay? When checking his passport, we found he just turned 18. We followed him for an entire day. He even ran out of our sight a few times. I thought if he had devoted this energy to something more useful, he wouldn't have to steal. So I wrote a letter to him. I said, "Perhaps you won't come to China again, but I hope you can say goodbye to your old self. Happy birthday." I showed him the letter through the bars. The young man cried reading it. "I'm not surprised that you are advancing and going beyond requirements or of what is expected of a police officer, and working diligently to have a greater influence for good.